Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. These are your messages for the week of June 16th. Gemini, you guys have some interesting energy coming through for this week. You may be in the feels this week, kind of. Looks like maybe you've got the Queen of Cups as your leading energy here. And the Queen of Cups, she is very intuitive, very compassionate. She's got major emotional wisdom. She's deeply reflective and understanding. And sometimes she can sink into her emotions a little bit too much. You've also got the Four of Cups here, and that is typically about, dissatisfaction, feeling like you missed opportunities. You could be stagnant in something. You're not looking at the cup that's being offered to you because you're just you're just staring at these cups off in the distance, feeling like you can't necessarily reach them. It also can just basically indicate that you need to shift your perspective. And then you've got the Devil card here. That is all about unhealthy attachments, temptations, feeling trapped perhaps. Sometimes it can be about certain addictions. Right now I feel like some of you may be melancholy. You're just kind of stuck in an emotional state, really thinking about opportunities that have perhaps passed you by or are out of your reach, or you feel like you can't get there. You're basically kind of, he's folding his arms and kind of giving up here, blocking the energy off. When we have our arms folded, we look like we're not approachable. Make sure that you're not blocking the positive energy, Gemini, because I feel like with the Devil card here, that card represents being able to get out of whatever this toxicity is. If you look at the chains around the necks here, the chains can actually be slipped off very easily and their hands are free, so they may feel like they are trapped, but they're not actually being held there. It's an illusion basically. So make sure that you are aware that you have the complete ability and strength to pull yourself out of anything that you feel you're stuck within or feel that you're blocked from, or if it is some kind of an unhealthy habit or unhealthy addiction, you have the strength and determination to keep going. You actually got the determination card. Rely heavily on your own determination and inner strength. Also know that you're very psychic. You're able to intuitively know what to do next. And this quest card is here. So some of you may feel like you haven't been able to find your life path or, figured out what you're here to do, or you could be on a quest but not know where to begin. Just know you're already on that path. You're already there, Gemini. This card is all about she was off on a journey to find her purpose, but didn't realize she's actually already on this path. She had some confusion and there was, a fog where she was, and then she realized that she actually was truly already walking that path. And I do feel like you guys are already on the right path. There's something going on in your emotional side that is making you feel like you're stagnated or stuck or like you don't have the opportunities. Have faith. Your faith, I do feel, Gemini, like your faith is very strong. Again, purple, you're very intuitive, very connected to spirit. You've got the Discovery card here. This fable was all about this person who fell in love with Pink. And when Pink left their life, they went to the sky god saying, help me, I can't, what am I going to do? I want Pink back. And the sky god said, Pink was put in your life to show you how you can love, but Pink is unable to receive love. So sometimes it's about shifting our focus or shifting our perspective. And I feel like right now you guys are really focused on something that you feel you didn't get, but all along it's actually floating right to you. So follow your natural instincts. You guys are very, very intuitive right now and capable of following your natural instincts. And don't be afraid to be different, Gemini. That's something that you need to embrace. Release is here and perspective is right beneath that. So there might be some things that you need to kind of release from your mind. Maybe it's limiting thought patterns or beliefs about yourself, and your perspective perhaps needs to shift to say those weren't missed opportunities, it just was not the correct time for that. So your communication here is on point. You've got the communication card, and I do feel like the way that he's looking, I feel like you guys are really spiritual. I do feel like you get messages sometimes from spirit that you're not necessarily listening to or hearing because you're not looking at them. Like things are floating right past your mind or right past your face and you're not looking at them. But all you have to do is kind of lift your head up in all these circumstances. Lift your head up, realize that you can move forward, and your communication skills are really, really good, Gemini. So sometimes if we use communication, if this does involve someone else, if we use our communication skills, we will be able to get on the right path regardless of what it is. Use your determination in order to get through any circumstances you feel might have you trapped or stuck, or you might feel like, you know, there's a codependency or something. Use communication skills in order to correct that. You've got faith highlighted here. Make sure that you remain just know that you've got spirit on your side. You're able to tap into that intuition. And sometimes we need a perspective shift. You also got invocation and generations, ancestors here. You could have something coming up where there might be some celebrations that want to come through, or maybe you have family members or, you know, people that feel like family that want to see you more, or there's something that you need to kind of get started in terms of, you know, creating these relationships or restoring relationships or encouraging communication within those relationships. Spirit, what is your advice for Geminis the week of June 16th? Oh, thank you. Spiritual protection. Beautiful. Yeah, I already said that. You are very protected, Gemini. You are being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. So sometimes when you feel like there's a block, just know, I know that this is an overused phrase, but rejection is protection sometimes. So if there is an opportunity you feel passed you by, that was for a reason. That was for a reason. It was something that you didn't deserve to get stuck within. Also, have patience. I do feel like you guys have been putting in a lot of work, and right now you are feeling like your results haven't come as fast as you would like them to, and that makes you slip into this energy where you just kind of, if you do have crutches, this isn't going to be for every Gemini, but if you have some sort of an addiction, you fall back into that because you don't see results as fast as you want them. So let's say, for instance, I'm just going to give an example of being on a diet. If you're on a diet and you're doing really good, but you're not seeing the results the way that you want to see them or as fast as you want to see them, and you slip back into that old tendency, or you start eating junk food again, or eating the foods that you've been avoiding, that will sabotage you. Don't allow this energy to sabotage you, because you are on the right path. Continue with your determination. That is going to lead you where you need to go. Think of the wolf, a lone wolf on a path. Sometimes it can be very hard, but that is how they survive. Their instincts naturally lead them where they need to go. So I feel like at this time, if you continue on your, determination path, you will reach your goals. Absolutely. I feel like there's some maybe stagnated energy for Gemini, where they feel like it's stagnated, but it's actually an illusion. What's coming through for Gemini for the week of June 16th? June 16th. You might have a very spiritual path too, Geminis. You might. I'm just looking at that Ancestors card and the Ceremony Invocation card. You might have a really spiritual path, perhaps passed down from your ancestors, if that's something you believe in. You've got stargazing. It says, when you gaze at the stars, you give yourself very focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. Yeah, you also have that sanctuary card. Maybe if you do feel like something's not coming through or you're confused, give yourself some time alone in order to meditate and figure out what it is. Look, this focus keeps coming up. There's something you need to focus on, or you need to kind of, draw your focus within in order to understand what the message is, or what you need to do next. Abundance is here. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks that you may have in fairyland and human land. There is enough abundance for everyone. So don't let any of your old thought patterns block you from your opportunities. Look at this person in this card. He's not looking at the opportunity floating his way. So don't allow those limited belief systems, perhaps passed down from your ancestors, to block you from understanding that magic is within reach here. You're very spiritually protected. You need to kind of release some of those things that hold you back. When you look at the combination of the cards that you got in a whole, the messages that are coming through, basically, you have this emotional situation, or something is attached to your emotions and it's clouding some of your judgment, or there's some kind of disconnect and unhealthy influence. You might feel stuck and disconnected despite having intuitive insight, and you need to be more aware of the habits or relationships or the thought patterns that hold you back. And this could relate to, like I said, like some emotional stuff or emotional baggage that you have. Emotional dependency, self-doubt, external influences that create a restriction in your mind. Just let go of those, Gemini. You have all the talents you need. Just have faith and determination, and your goals will come true. You will be able to, look at the bottom of the deck, value your self-worth. You are God's precious gem. And one more message, please, for Gemini for the week of June 16th. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. One more message for them. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you. Communicate with your angels. Yeah, you have the ability to connect with the beings of love who surround you. Communicate with your angels and deliver their healing messages to others. You guys are really good with communication. I said that. I do feel like you are capable of leading others in those instances. You have the ability. That's what the card says. But also communicate with your angels and in spirit when you feel confused, because they want to be there for you. You're spiritually protected. New ideas at the bottom of the deck. Your new idea is divinely guided and it's meant to be shared with others. Continue to work on it as you are on the right path. Look, that's confirmation. You're definitely on the right path. Do not let any of the negative thinking or any of your negative thought patterns or anything that could possibly trip you up to make you think that you're not good enough to bring this to fruition. Don't let any of that get in your way. Don't let any of those ideas stop you from moving forward. Some of you may feel like your family members wouldn't approve, or there's something that's going on where you get these ideas in your mind that you aren't good enough, or there's an emotional attachment that doesn't let you move forward. Quash that this week. You have the ability. This is a message saying trust your instincts. Trust who you are. You are good enough, Gemini. You can do whatever you want. You're already on the right path. You're very spiritually protected. When you get into the mindset that's stopping you or blocking you, switch your perspective. It says you can trust the people around you. They are earth angels sent to give you guidance that you seek. And that could be more about also trusting yourself. You are capable. You have that natural intuition, natural instinct. Don't fall into a victim mentality and let your dreams dissipate. You absolutely don't need to do that. You have every capability to bring whatever you want into fruition. Thank you so much, Gemini, for being here. I hope that was helpful. I'll talk to you soon.